Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Korea from Inside. We're so excited to have you with us today. Get ready, because we're diving into a truly fascinating story. Love and Fame, Kim Go-eun's star rises with Lee Min-ho. What's behind the growing buzz around this iconic duo? Let's find out together. Stay with us and enjoy the journey. The lights dim. A lone spotlight sweeps the stage. The audience holds its breath. In a single moment, two names, Kim Go-eun and Lee Min-ho, ignite a firestorm that will shake the Korean entertainment world to its core. This isn't a fairy tale romance. This is the collision of ambition and destiny, of passion and peril. This is Love and Fame, and everything changes when these stars align. Before the red carpets and screaming fans, there were long nights under the unflinching gaze of casting directors. Kim Go-eun, still raw from her breakout in A Muse, spent years honing her craft, fighting a silent battle against doubt and critics. She lived in near anonymity, her talent hidden behind a quiet dedication to her art. Lee Min-ho, on the other hand, was already a national treasure, his face on billboards, his name on every lips. But beneath the veneers of fame, Lee felt the weight of expectation. Every new project was a test. Could he remain relevant? Could he evolve? Then came the whisper of a new drama, a project that promised to be a cultural juggernaut. The industry buzzed, a romantic thriller pairing the introspective brilliance of Go-eun with the star power of Min-ho. It was bold, and terrifying. Producers saw gold. Fans saw magic. But the risks were immense. Could two very different worlds truly combine without burning everything down? The first table read was electric. Go-eun arrived early, dressed simply, her face swept by soft waves, eyes shining with determination. Min-ho followed, suave and confident, his presence filling the room with a low hum. They shook hands, fingers brushing, an unspoken promise passing between them. On set, tension crackled. A single glance, a casual touch, it could spark chemistry. Or chaos. Crew members watched breathless as Go-eun delivered a scene that sliced through emotion like a sharpened blade. Min-ho, known for charisma, slowed the pace, letting vulnerability seep through. The result was undeniable, moments of shock and intimacy, raw honesty that stunned everyone in the room. The producer, once anxious, simply whispered, "They have it." Fame isn't just spotlight. It's a double-edged sword. The public saw Go-eun's refined elegance, but behind the scenes, she wrestled with crippling anxiety. One night, after a grueling shoot, she broke down in her trailer, weeping, exhausted. Texted Min-ho, "Can't do this tonight." The next day, Min-ho arrived and said quietly, pulling her aside into a quiet corridor, "You're not alone," he whispered. "Finish this, together." That solidarity put fans into a frenzy. Social media erupted with speculation. Paparazzi snapped blurry photos of them at cafes sharing whispered conversations. Forums exploded. Is it real? Are they together? The buzz surged, breaking records. Tabloids promised bombshell interviews, entertainment shows teased explosive revelations following a late-night walk. The pressure peaked. The show had turned into a spectacle, and either they would soar or crash spectacularly. The premiere was more than an event, it was a spectacle. Journalists, photographers, and screaming fans swarmed the red carpet. Go-eun appeared in a breathtaking gown of midnight blue, eyes bright but guarded. Min-ho followed in tuxedo, his smile unwavering. The flashbulbs ignited like fireworks. They stood side by side, posing, projecting unity. Then, right before the cameras, they paused and locked eyes. The journalist gasped. A moment. Too long. But electric. That night, the drama aired its first episode. Critics were floored. Scenes crackled with intensity, the kind of punch that sends your heart racing, and your stomach twisting. A chilling twist in episode 3 sent viewership soaring. Go-eun's emotional breakdown, raw and unfiltered, paired with Min-ho's silent suffering, smashed online records. And within hours, rumors began swirling, secret dates, hidden honeymoon plans, even whispers of an engagement. The internet became a wildfire of speculation. With fame, however, came scrutiny. A fan accused Min-ho of neglecting Go-eun on set. Another rumor claimed Go-eun had collapsed after a fight with Min-ho's manager. Every step, every glance, magnified. Paparazzi camped outside their apartments. Go-Un's therapist received threatening messages. Split into warring camps, #Team Kim and #Team Lee, each battling online with weaponized devotion. At the height of the storm, a phone leaked. A voice message, content blurred, sparked speculation they'd had a screaming match. It hit the tabloids. "They're broken. The rose is wilted." Officials scrambled. Their agency issued a statement. Kim Go-Un and Lee Min-ho are focused on their work. But the damage was done. Harsh words hung in the air. The world seemed convinced the dream had shattered. One late-night TV show changed everything. Live. Under harsh studio lights, Go-Un and Min-ho walked onto the stage arm in arm. The audience in stunned silence. They sat, for nearly 10 minutes. Silence reigned, until Go-Un spoke, her voice trembling but resolved. "We are artists, and sometimes humans breaking under pressure." "But that fight you heard? It never happened." "That message? It was manipulated." Min-ho took over. "We are stronger together. World wants a story, so we gave them one. Right, truth wins." The host sighed. The audience cried. Fans cheered. A wave of support surged. Social media flipped. #Truth with love, #Stronger together. Headlines celebrated their courage. Ratings skyrocketed again, not for the drama, their honesty. From that night onward, everything shifted. The drama continued to enthrall, but now so did their story. People watched every scene, every glance, searching for traces of authenticity. Go-Un's portrayal of heartbreak became legendary. Min-ho's transformation from showman to silent strength took hearts by storm. After the finale aired, critics called episode 16 a revelation. They said, "This isn't television, this is living art." Events turned into celebrations. The press now talked not about gossip but about their art, their courage, their chemistry on and off camera. Landmark moment, Go-Un received her first Best Actress award for the series. Min-ho, too, was lauded, his performance hailed as his most mature to date. Their speeches, painful, honest, felt like confessions and then exaltations. Long after the final curtain, Love and Fame remains a cultural touchstone. University seminars dissect every dramatic beat. Talk shows revisit their live confession. Fans still call it the year cameras caught a rupture, then a resurrection. Kim Go-Un's career skyrocketed. International directors, art house films, festival circuits. Lee Min-ho pivoted to global blockbusters and humanitarian work, often with Go-Un by his side. Together, launched a foundation for young artists struggling with fame and mental health. Their story isn't just a romance. A blueprint, on how to face the storm, expose the dawn, and rise. Proves that fame without courage is hollow, that love without honesty fades fast. But when the two collide, the result is seismic. It's Love and Fame, where stars don't just shine, they blaze. Love and Fame, Kim Go-Un's star rises with Lee Min-ho isn't just a headline, it's a journey through human fragility, chaos, and redemption. It's the raw pulse beneath scripted perfection. Scars behind polished facades. It's what happens when two worlds collide in fame's unforgiving spotlight, and the shock waves that ripple through art, media, collective heart. This story is shocking in its honesty, dramatic in its highs and lows, and magnetic in its truth, that real love and real fame don't just entertain. They transform. And they remind us all, stars aren't born, they're forged in crisis, controversy, and courage. In the end, it wasn't just a love story, it was a revelation. Go-Un and Lee Min-ho didn't just survive the storm, they owned it. And together, they proved that when love and fame collide, legends are